This is the ultimate propaganda video for Anime Vanguards. We're gonna talk about the next units that you want, right? You want, or we want to become buffed, or maybe get a Vanguard quest. These are the units that we're gonna talk about in today's video. So without further ado, let's get started. By the way, guys, our goal is to get to 100k subscribers eventually, and if you want to be part of this, and all you have to do is like and subscribe. Without further ado, let's get this video started. Alright, this video or this list is going to be pretty long, so I don't know the number that I said if I said the number in the beginning of this video, but I'm just gonna throw some random units in this video, and this is basically just pure propaganda because now, since they introduced a familiar for Gojo, the possibilities are endless. The sky is basically the limit. So at top 10, we have OBITO with Ten Tails familiar. Now, the reason why OBITO is so low in this list, despite being a pretty goated unit, is because OBITO, in my opinion, is probably likely going to get a Vanguard quest. I know that OBITO is a character that a lot of people probably had, like especially during the early days of AV, but there's a very high chance that we're gonna get a quest for OBITO to turn him into a Vanguard, or probably turn him into a secret at the very least. It's very likely that we're gonna get a quest for OBITO, and that's why he's very low in this list. We haven't had a pure Naruto update yet, so it's very likely that OBITO can get something. Maybe not a Vanguard, but there's a very high chance that he's going to get at least an evolution to maybe a secret, or maybe if all of that fails, we can just give him a Ten Tails familiar. Slap a Ten Tails familiar in Obito, make him have some extra passives, maybe give him a new model after he has that familiar. That would be low-key kind of peak, and honestly, that's kind of nice, right? At number 9, we have Rengoku. I probably shouldn't have put Rengoku in here because we're likely never going to do Rengoku. But on the off chance that they do another Demon Slayer update because of how big Demon Slayer is, and you know, obviously Rengoku has already been added into the game. He's already in the game, and obviously he's a very old unit. I don't see them doing anything with Rengoku except for a familiar quest, except for a familiar Vanguard for Rengoku. So like maybe imagine they do another Demon Slayer update down the road, because obviously I don't see them doing Rengoku as another Vanguard quest. So most likely, if they are going to be doing another Demon Slayer update, they're probably just going to be doing Rengoku with a familiar, and I think honestly he deserves it, right? Alright, number 8, we got Cha Hei-in right here, Blade Dancer. Now, his husband, or his man, has already gotten a Vanguard, but she has been left behind, honestly. She's been left behind, and she now doesn't have... she's just bad now. She's just straight up bad. Straight up. Honestly though, I do see them giving her a familiar, maybe, because she is an update 0 unit. Obviously, they won't be giving her a Vanguard quest or a double Evo. So the best thing that they could do for this character is probably a familiar. But still, this unit has almost 0 hype, to be honest. But I think she does deserve it, because if they ever do another solo leveling update, she's probably one of the units that can get it still, in my opinion. Alright, the next one is going to be Tengen right here. As you guys can see, Tengen is honestly... we called Tengen the better version of IGRIS when he released back in update 0.5. I do believe that Tengen does deserve better, in my opinion. And obviously, with Gojo getting a familiar, the sky is the limit with who can get these familiars. Honestly, I feel like Tengen can also get it. Again, Rengoku is on this list. If we ever do get another Demon Slayer update, they both can get a Vanguard familiar. They honestly both can get a Vanguard familiar. Actually, there's another unit in this list that also deserves a Vanguard familiar, and we're gonna get to that, and you probably know who that unit already is. But yeah, this is I believe number 7. Tengen is number 7. So yeah, I do believe that he can get something, which is again familiar. This guy, I believe, is a godly. Is actually a godly in ALS, right? I haven't played ALS in a while, but I think this guy is a godly in ALS. And here in Anime Vanguards, bro, his passive is crazy. Bro, look at his passive right here. It's one of the most basic passives. Basically, any unit from before update 2 had super basic passives. Take a look at JOHNY right here. His passive is just so basic, and he definitely deserves a familiar, in my opinion. You know, I mean, Dio Over Heaven, we're gonna get Dio Over Heaven in Anniversary. If we are gonna get more Dio or JoJo content or JoJo updates, it's very likely that we are gonna get familiars for these units, because I don't see them giving these units quests, right? And I don't see them just letting these units be. So most likely, if we do get another JoJo update, this unit can get a familiar. And yeah, that is number 6. So at number 5, we have IGRIS. Now IGRIS, especially a lot of people thought that IGRIS was gonna get an evolution back when the leaks and sneaks for Sung Jin-woo was coming out. The Sung Jin-woo Vanguard, the first Sung Jin-woo Vanguard quest, or the first Vanguard quest in the game. A lot of people thought that he was going to get another evolution, but that didn't happen. All we got was basically Sung Jin-woo Vanguard, and a lot of people were complaining back then that, oh, IGRIS should have gotten something, man. IGRIS should have gotten at least a buff, maybe, or maybe even an Evo as well. But now that you know, we didn't obviously get him as an Evo, it's very possible for us to just give this guy a familiar, right? I know a lot of people just don't use IGRIS anymore, but again, the sky's the limit. IGRIS is a very peak character. A lot of people really like IGRIS. So there's very high potential with IGRIS as well if they ever do another solo leveling update to just give this character a familiar that will boost his strength, which would be really, really nice, because again, there's a lot of people that likes IGRIS. So yeah, that's basically at number 5. And now we have number 4, which is going to be AKAZA. I remember this unit back in the day, during the first update of AV, actually, sorry. And a lot of people were saying, man, this character has a pretty great DPS. And honestly, he does have a pretty great DPS. But if you were to ask me, man, this character could have been so much better, bro. This character could have honestly been so much better. If you compare his passives, man, to the passives of the newer characters in AV, it just falls behind so badly. They could have done so much better here. But again, it was the early days of AV, and I kind of understand that this unit was kind of, you know, pretty old. But again, giving this character a familiar would honestly be just pretty nice. So yeah, that's it for AKAZA. The next one is going to be Valentine. So Valentine, I believe, is the quest. He is the quest that you can do from the Don update. They are the worst updates in AV. I think it was the JoJo update. It's very funny how the JoJo update in AV was really, really bad, and a lot of people really like JoJo. So yeah, this character is really nice in other games, and a lot of people really like this character as well. And honestly, I feel like this character could have been done a lot better. A lot of people also think this character could have been done better. There has been talks for another JoJo update in a long time now. So if they ever do another JoJo update, this character right here definitely deserves, in my opinion, to get a Vanguard familiar. Just like how Gojo did. That's why he is a top 3. In my opinion, this character is a secret, but he's just so bad, bro. He's genuinely so bad. He deserves a Vanguard familiar so badly, in my opinion. Alright, number 2, we have the GOAT, SUKUNA. This character was supposed to get a Vanguard quest, but we never got a Vanguard quest for SUKUNA. That's why a lot of people were actually complaining, because we could have gotten a Vanguard quest for him. You know, he could have been a Vanguard, but unfortunately legal issues arose, and it got announced that they couldn't do SUKUNA Vanguard anymore. He was supposed to be the next Vanguard quest. This has been confirmed by the devs, I believe, in some stages, or even in CC chat, in our conversations with them. He was supposed to be the next Vanguard quest, but he got cancelled because of legal reasons. But we already saw that they can give Gojo a familiar, and SUKUNA is actually probably gonna get a familiar this update as well. If you check the events right now, there's actually a question mark there, and we believe that that question mark is actually going to be a SUKUNA familiar. That's what we're thinking. That's the theory right now, that SUKUNA could possibly be getting a familiar as well in this update. Now, the last one, and this is probably going to be the one that really needs it the most, and I'm not even asking for a familiar here, I'm straight up asking for a Vanguard quest. And the reason for this is because Gilgamesh is, in my opinion, one of the most hyped characters in almost every single anime tower defense game on Roblox. Gilgamesh is almost always overpowered. In ASTDX, in Anime Adventures, in ALS, in AV, he's still pretty good, but honestly, he was not done to the full potential, in my opinion. And with how much they love their Fate update, this is genuinely the perfect time or the perfect excuse to just outright do a Vanguard quest for Gilgamesh. Now, I know that he is limited, but his value isn't even gonna be that high, since there's tons of people who has Gilgamesh already. There's like thousands of people has Gilgamesh because his quest was so easy. We could probably get Gilgamesh as an event, and then maybe, you know, or maybe they're just gonna they could just outright bring him back for a quest. Or if they don't want to do a quest, a Vanguard familiar like how they did with Gojo, in my opinion, is good enough. But I feel like Gilgamesh is such a cool and really great unit to not have a Vanguard, because right now his passives are pretty decent, but bro, it could have been done so much better, man. This is AV, and I feel like this right here for Gilgamesh could have just been done so much better. And I think the devs would agree with that. I feel like the devs would agree with that. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this propaganda video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everybody.